Now, I don't know which wave she is from, but the date on the back is 2020. Oh my God, is it? Hello again and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis. And with Dolly Pride Parade literally around the corner, I was having a quick look at my fashionistas and thought, you know what? I bet these three would love to come to the party. So I'm going to unbox them today. So we've got 170, and I thought she'd be good because she's wearing obviously a rainbow t-shirt there, and she's got amazing sort of blue hair. Yeah, so she's dated 2020. I didn't quite realise how old some of these were, but I've probably got some from before then as well, to be honest. But yeah, so that is her. She's definitely giving me Stormer vibes. Stormer was a character from Gem and the Holograms. She was a member of the rival band, the Misfits, but she was kind of like the nice one from the Misfits, I suppose. So that is her. So she's number 170. I've also got this gal here, and I'm not really sure what number she is because her hair's quite big, so she's going to cover the number up. She's dated 2021, and her number is 180. So she is kind of 10 away from the other one. And I kind of like this one because I like this outfit here. The colours remind me of the trans flag because it's kind of like the bluey and the pink and the sort of the white as well. I just think she looks like a fun doll anyway. I think she's on a tall body. I think she's tall. She's on a petite body. And then we've got a Ken here. So again, I thought he'd be quite good because he looks quite summery, and I just really want to get him out, to be honest. So he's got this sort of flowery shirt on and stuff, and I don't know if they're... Oh no, they're a bit cropped, the trousers. So yeah. I don't want to cast aspersions, but I've got my suspicions. That's all I'm saying. He's number 184, and he was released again in 2021. So I am going to get these three out, and then we'll have a closer look at them. So here we go. They're all three out of their packaging. I was going to say box, but they're not really in boxes. I should mention this is kind of the old style packaging where you would get a kind of a zipped bag, and then you could sort of reuse the bag either for storing the dolls or storing the clothes or whatever, and then this kind of cardboard bit would just come out, so you basically just got a clear pin bag with Barbie written on the front. I think it's kind of a shame they got rid of this because they're now just using sort of card and clear plastic, which is fine, but for me this is more useful because you can actually use these, whereas the other stuff, I presume it can go for recycling, but I don't know. Sometimes if the cardboard is kind of coated, it can't be recycled anyway. So I would have thought that this would have been more sustainable because these can be reused. But anyway, look, that's kind of besides the point. Let's have a look at the dolls. So we'll have a look at this girl first. I'm going to move these two out the way, only because the camera will probably try and focus on everything but what I'm trying to get it to focus on. Okay, so here is the girl herself. Her hair is... It doesn't feel like the nicest. It feels quite coarse. Obviously it has, you know, crimping in it as well. So I don't know if that would have made it feel, or, you know, that would have fried it or made it worse. Yeah, it's not the nicest. I don't know if anything can be done with it. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got this doll and if you've done anything with the hair or not. It's okay. I kind of wish it would lay or not lay, but it seems to not want to do anything. It's just kind of a bit of a frizzy mess, to be honest. She does have a very nice face. I'm going to bring that up to the camera. So she's got some stars on her cheeks here, and she also has a little star on that side as well. She has a very nice face. It's quite clean. There's lipstick, obviously, and you can see her sort of little teeth there. I think she does have eyeshadow on, but if she does, it's very subtle. Her eyes are grey and she's got quite thick eyebrows, which I quite like. But yeah, so that is her face. Obviously, clothes-wise, she's wearing this rainbow top here, like a t-shirt. It's kind of overlocked around the neck hole there. Everything else is kind of just sort of stitched normally, which is quite nice. At the back, it's got Velcro, which goes all the way down. So that's quite a cute little t-shirt there. I think her body's petite, so obviously this might fit a regular Barbie, but it might be quite tight. I'm not actually sure. Obviously you might have other petite ones anyway. The skirt is this sort of black, I think it's a bit of like sort of denim maybe. We've got some stitching detail around the bottom of it, and we have stitching around the waist. Again, the whole thing Velcros from top to bottom. We've also got this little belt here, which is quite cute. It's got a heart-shaped buckle. Obviously nothing is sort of painted. Everything's sort of moulded on. But it's kind of okay. It might have been nice if they'd, I don't know, sort of given the heart a different colour, or given the actual belt part a different colour and sort of left these other bits silver. Because obviously it makes sense that the chain hanging down would be silver. But maybe, yeah, if the belt was a different colour. Obviously, you know, if you have this doll, you could actually colour that in yourself. You could use, I don't know, a Sharpie or maybe acrylic pens or something, just to kind of get rid of the silver bit on the belt and keep the buckle silver and the chain silver and the kind of hole rivet things sort of silver as well. If we go further down, she has got these boots on, which I do quite like. So again, there's no painted detail on there. They are basically just sort of moulded on. We've got these lovely big chunky heels on there. We've got various things crisscrossing over it. We've got laces as well, all moulded in. I have checked, she has got flat feet. Obviously you can remove it, it's got the slit down the back. But yeah, so she is flat-footed. Articulation wise, it's kind of the 5 bits. The head goes back and forth. The arms go up and from side to side. This one's got that whole sort of crooked arm thing, which is kind of a bit weird. I don't know. I don't know if I prefer it or just don't like it. I'm not sure. It's just a bit odd to me, I guess. And there's nothing in the torso or the waist. Her legs will literally just kind of come forward or go back. But if they go too far back, you end up opening the skirt up. So I guess if they both go back together, it's okay. So yeah, so that is her. So here is Miss 180. Again, her hair is quite frizzy. Obviously it's meant to be like that because it's meant to be a kind of a natural style. She's got these 2 bun things at the front, which I don't really think work that well, only because the hair that's not in the bun bits is just kind of there and it's just a bit in the way. I think, you know, if you wanted to restyle her, it might be easier to try and get them to sort of go flatter or something. I think mine's a bit messed up, to be honest. And she obviously has been in the box for a while. So I'm sure there's something you can do to make it a bit nicer. It would be nice if it was a bit more sort of wilder in a way. So yeah, so she's got blonde hair. She's also got blonde baby hairs around her forehead there. Again, she's got a lovely face. I don't think, again, she's got eyeshadow on. I can't really see. I don't think she has. The screening on these is actually pretty good, to be fair. I know some of the screening for the later on Fashionistas is quite abysmal. So yeah, we should be thankful for what we've got with the older ones. I think it probably is a bit pixelated because it is a bit shiny, but to be honest, you wouldn't really notice that much. Her eyes are really pretty. They're kind of like a brown, and she's got a sort of a deep pink lipstick on. If we go further down, she's got this sort of play suit on, which is all one piece. It's kind of like a tie-dye effect. The sleeves are kind of cropped here, and they're kind of turned over and cuffed. So they are kind of stitched normally, but they're kind of stitched so that they are sort of showing at the top. The neckline here, again, that has been serged. We've then got shorts, the bottom of which are just sort of normally stitched. This was a separate part, obviously, so that was kind of stitched around the waist there. If we have a look on the back, we have got Velcro all the way down. Well, all the way down the body, actually. So, obviously for the shorts, they are separate, but you'd be able to just undo that and they just slip off. She's got an accessory on her wrist here, which is a bracelet with a sort of triangle shape, sort of opening there. There is some details on it. There's kind of like a panel here at the side with maybe a stone or something, and similar to the other side there. And then if we go further down, she's wearing a pair of high tops. These are all in white. So again, she is another flat-footed girl, and she has got laces sort of moulded in, the whole sole thing moulded in, the toe cap and everything. So again, you know, there's no paint-on details. You won't find paint-on details with the majority of Barbies, unfortunately, and their accessories. So that is her. The articulation is exactly the same, so I'm not going to go through that. But yeah, so that is her. So here's the final one, and he is number 184. So he has got moulded on hair, which I don't normally like, but I kind of liked it on him because they seem to have made a bit of effort with it rather than, you know, a flat colour or whatever. So it's kind of brown, but there's different browns in it as well, so it doesn't look too plasticky. It looks like it's actually a separate part to the rest of the mould, so that might be how they've made it look a lot nicer rather than just being sort of flat hair on his head. He does have a very handsome face. He's got very sort of thick eyebrows. His eyes are kind of like a pale tawny colour, and he's got quite nice lips as well. They're kind of like a sort of a faint pinky colour, but obviously they don't really sort of give sort of makeup on the boy dolls. The only thing I've noticed is with the Kens, their heads don't really do the whole tilt. They will literally just go back and forth. So that's kind of a shame. If we go further down, I actually think his outfit is really nice. I really love the flowers and stuff on the shirt. It seems like a lot of detail on there. A nice sort of pattern on there. He's got collars here. Now the collars are sort of raw edged, but presumably this is a fabric that's not going to fray. Everything else seems very nicely sewn. So we've got stitching around the short sleeves here. We've got stitching down the front to make it look like they're kind of buttoned up. There is just Velcro all the way down, so you can have it open if you wanted to. And the stitching all the way around the bottom as well. We've then got these cropped trousers. I seem to have gone a bit wrong at the bottom of mine. So I think they're meant to look like this. I think they're meant to look like they're rolled up a bit, but one of mine isn't quite doing what it's meant to be doing. But look, I can fiddle with that later. So these are orange. It's nice because it does kind of go with this, although there's little bits of orange in here. So it does kind of go with it, which is nice. It's not just kind of like two random bits that have sort of stuck together. It's a very summery look. I do really like it. He's got these kind of very standard Ken trainers on, or sneakers. He's actually got a weird thing on his ankle. It's like a circle. Is there one on the other side as well? Oh yeah, that's kind of odd, isn't it? It almost looks like it should be like articulated or something, but it's not. Very strange. Anyway, yeah, so he's got these very sort of standard white sneakers on. We've got the toe cap, we've got the bit around the sort of the sole bit, and we've got laces. None of it obviously painted on, all moulded detail. I think he's just on like a standard Ken body. So that is him. So here's all three of them. I'm actually quite happy with them. I kind of decided I wasn't going to get any more fashionistas, and I'm not sure if that is strictly true, but I've certainly got a lot that I need to unbox. One thing I would say is the quality of these actually seem okay. The hair quality, not so good, but the faces seem pretty nice. I've seen some newer ones where the faces look horrendous. So, you know, I probably wouldn't be rushing back to get any, but it will depend if any of them particularly sort of like grab my attention. So let me know what you think of these in the comments down below. They are very excited because obviously Dolly Pride Parade is coming up very shortly. So if you want to take part, all you need to do is basically just put a video out on the 29th of June. Any time is fine. If you use the hashtag Dolly Pride Parade. Hopefully lots of other people will do it as well. So it doesn't have to be a parade. It could literally be, you know, just a little Dolly sort of get together or celebration. And also, if you could link my channel and Kim over at the Dolls, the Witch and the Wardrobes channel as well, that would be amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please share it with anyone who you think might like this kind of content. And I will see you in the next video. So until then, from me and from the 3 fashionistas, bye!